Welcome to Messages from the Universe with Laurie Wondra. Laurie is an internationally renowned psychic medium, author, and shamanic practitioner, sharing insights from angels, guides, wisdom keepers, and teachers of the universe that help you navigate life's mysteries and transformations.
Hello, I am Laurie Wondra, and thank you for listening. Today's topic is love, the feminine vibration, and the return of the divine mother energy. Now, I've done a number of podcasts about frequency and about love. So why this frequency is needed now, more than ever, and how do we reconnect to it? Well, there are moments in human history where the soul of the collective reaches a threshold, not because everything has fallen apart, but because something ancient is ready to return. And we're living in one of those moments right now across cultures and belief systems and personal paths. People are sensing the same underlying truth. The world is not asking us to become stronger, louder, or more productive. It's asking us to become more loving, more present, more rooted in the wisdom of the divine feminine energy. This is not sentimental love. This is not passive softness. This is not denial of pain or complexity. This is divine mother love, a living, intelligent, regulating force that restores balance, coherence, and life itself. The feminine vibration has always been here, but for centuries, it's been suppressed, distorted, or even misunderstood. It's reduced to roles, to archetypes, or ideals rather than honored as a cosmic frequency of creation, compassion, intuition, and embodiment. Now that frequency is rising again, not to replace the masculine, but to heal the imbalance that occurs when the feminine is silenced. So understanding the feminine vibration goes well beyond gender. The feminine vibration has nothing to do with gender identity. It lives within all beings, men, women, non-binary individuals, the earth itself, the unseen realms. Everything is energy. Our spaces have masculine or feminine energy. We often don't think about a house or a living space having masculine or feminine energy. The feminine is the frequency of receptivity rather than force. It's about intuition rather than domination. It's about cycles rather than straight lines. And it's about presence rather than performance. And lastly, wisdom rather than control, where the masculine principle organizes, directs, protects. The feminine principle nurtures, senses, holds, and births. And when these two forces are in harmony, life flourishes. When the feminine is suppressed or overridden, systems become rigid, extractive, violent, and disconnected from life. Much of what we see unraveling in the world today, burnout, ecological destruction, emotional numbness, disembodiment, and spiritual emptiness, it's not a failure of humanity. It's the consequences of too much doing without enough being, too much control without enough care, too much mind without enough body or emotions. The return of the feminine is not a rebellion, it's a restoration. It's a remembering. The divine mother love as a universal intelligence is not just an idea. It is an intelligence that knows how to sustain life. And you can feel it, the way Earth regenerates after devastation, the way a mother responds instinctively to a child's cry, the way the body heals when given safety and time, the way compassion arises spontaneously when defenses soften. And we can see it in nature, in the changes of seasons, going from the dead of winter to the bursting of the leaves and plants on Mother Earth in springtime. This energy does not shame, rush, or demand perfection. It creates safety first. And that safety is not weakness. It's a prerequisite for growth, for healing, for creativity, and truth. In spiritual traditions across the globe, the Divine Mother energy appears under many names. You might be familiar with Gaia, Sophia, Isis, Mary, Shakti, Pachamama, Kuan Yin. Yet the essence is the same, a loving, protective, wise presence that holds life without needing to dominate it. This is the frequency humanity is being invited to remember, to honor, not through belief, but through embodiment, through feeling it, sensing it, living it, being it. And why is this energy so needed now? Well, the nervous system of individuals and the collective are overwhelmed. We're living in a time of accelerated change, constant stimulation through social media, social activities, emotional informational overload, collective trauma surfacing without adequate integration. We're being pummeled, and in such conditions, the instinct is often to push harder, think faster, or disengage entirely. But those strategies belong to an overactivated masculine paradigm, one that's reached its limits. The divine feminine offers a different solution, one that says, slow down instead of speeding up, listen instead of reacting or responding, feel instead of suppression, regulate instead of overriding. The mother energy does not ask, how do we fix this? It asks, how do we tend to this? This is not avoidance. This is wisdom. Because without the feminine frequency, spiritual awakening becomes disembodied. And without the feminine frequency, love becomes conditional. And without the feminine frequency, power actually becomes destructive. So what's needed now is coherence, not conquest. Now, how might the Divine Mother love be showing up around us? Many people expect spiritual shifts to arrive dramatically through sudden enlightenment, cosmic events, or mass realizations. But the feminine energy does not arrive by force. She arrives quite subtly. You may notice her presence in a growing intolerance for the hustle culture and burnout, a longing for rest and nature and simplicity, increased sensitivity to environments, to relationships and energy, a desire for authenticity rather than achievement, or a return to creativity, ritual, and intuitive living. You may see it in social movements calling for compassion, inclusion, and care rather than dominance. You may feel it in your own body as emotional waves that ask to be felt, not fixed. Fatigue that is really a call for rest, a deepening intuition that resists explanation, a craving for gentler ways of being. And this is not regression, it is recalibration. The feminine re-enters not as chaos, but as a regulating presence that brings the system back into balance. The feminine as a regulator of the nervous systems is one of the most profound truths about the Divine Mother energy, is that it regulates before it transforms. The feminine vibration works through safety, rhythm, connection, and attunement. When a child is distressed, a loving mother does not demand clarity or solutions. She offers presence, calmness, quietness, safety. The body responds to this same frequency. And when the nervous system feels held in this space of sacredness and security, the breath deepens, the heart opens, intuition returns, and healing becomes possible. This is why love is not just emotional. It is psychological, energetic, and spiritual. Divine Mother restores access to wisdom, not by effort, but by calming the system enough so we can hear it, feel it, get back to embodying it. And love is beyond romance and idealism. Much of modern culture has reduced love to romance, attachment, or emotional gratification, but the Divine Mother love is something far, far deeper. It is love that holds grief without trying to erase it or cover it. Love that allows anger without fear. Love that sets boundaries without withdrawal. And love that witnesses suffering without collapsing. That is love as presence, not performance. It does not require you to be healed first. It does not demand positivity. And it does not abandon you in pain. This is why reconnecting with Divine Mother energy is profoundly healing for those who have experienced trauma, loss, or abandonment. It teaches the body that it is allowed to exist just as it is. The feminine energy allows the restoration of inner authority. One of the great distortions of the past has been the outsourcing of authority, spiritual, emotional, and physical, turning it over to someone else to resolve or somebody else to tell you what to do. But the feminine vibration restores inner knowing, not through doctrine, not through hierarchy, but through felt truth. And this is why intuition is inseparable from Divine Mother energy. The Mother does not command from above. She whispers from within. As this frequency strengthens, people may feel less willing to tolerate manipulation, gaslighting, false authority, or systems that ignore the human. This is not rebellion. It's discernment returning to the body. But what blocks our access to Divine Mother love? This energy really has never, ever left us, but many things do interfere with our ability to receive it. Common blocks include chronic stress, emotional suppression, trauma held in the body, cultural conditioning that devalues rest and receptivity, fear of being vulnerable, over-identification with productivity and control. The feminine cannot be accessed through force. She requires softening, and softening is often the very thing we're taught to avoid. Get tough. Just do it. Stand up and move through it. Stand in the fire. Things we hear that just don't make sense to the feminine energy. So reconnecting with this frequency does not require complex rituals or spiritual identities. It requires presence, permission, awareness, and practice. Some simple steps that you can take is grounding the body, because the Divine Mother energy enters through the body, not the mind. Simple practices include feeling your feet on the earth, slowing your breathing, placing a hand on your heart or your womb, sitting with nature without distraction. Grounding tells the system you are safe. Honoring cycles. The feminine moves in rhythms. Rest when tired. Create when inspired. Withdraw when needed. Express when ready. Resisting cycles create burnout, but honoring them restores vitality. Listening to your emotional intelligence. Emotions are not problems. They're the messengers. Instead of asking, how do I get rid of this feeling? Ask, what is this emotion or feeling asking me to tend to? The divine energy wants to attend to. So this shift alone opens the door to Mother energy. And practice receptivity. Allow support. Receive without earning. Let yourself be held by people, by nature, by spirit. Receptivity is a skill. It's not a weakness. And speak kindly to your body. The way you speak to yourself matters. The mother does not shame the child for being human. Compassion restores trust within the system. And as more individuals embody this frequency, the collective field changes. Grounded people regulate others. Present people soften conflict. Loving people create safety. And this is how transformation actually happens, not through force, but through coherence, spreading quietly. The return of Divine Mother is not loud, it's steady, it's patient, and it is unstoppable. So who are some of the energies that I call upon or are my favorite to work with? The archangels of divine love, compassion, or the feminine wisdom of the deities, the mother energy, the feminine cosmic forces, or who are some of the saints and ascended teachers of mother love? Some of my favorite. Let's start with the archangels. Archangel Chamuel, often called the angel of pure love. Chamuel works with unconditional love, compassion for self and others, healing emotional wounds, restoring harmony in relationships. Chamuel's energy is gentle, heart-centered, and regulating, very aligned with the Divine Mother love. Many feel Chamuel as soft warmth in the chest or calming emotional release. And Archangel Haniel. Haniel embodies the feminine lunar current, emotional intelligence, intuition, and psychic sensitivity with grace and beauty and self-worth, cycles, receptivity, and flow. Haniel is especially powerful for reconnecting to feminine wisdom without any shame and for healing emotional repression. And Archangel Gabriel, one of my favorite. While we often associate with messages, Gabriel carries strong divine mother energy, nurturance, and protection. Creative gestation, such as ideas, life, expression, helping with sacred listening, holding space before action. Gabriel is the energy of the womb before birth, where love gathers itself before becoming form. And Archangel Raphael, another favorite. Raphael brings love through healing and restoration, nervous system regulation, emotional and physical healing, reconnection between body and spirit. Raphael's love is practical, embodied, and certainly stabilizing, very, very aligned with mother energy that tends and restores. And Archangel Sandalphon. Sandalphon anchors divine mother energy into the earth, grounding earth, wisdom, prayer made physical, connection between heaven and matter. Sandalphon is especially powerful when working with Gaia, embodiment, and the sacredness of physical life. And what about the divine mother deities and feminine cosmic forces? Well, Isis is the archetype of devotional protective mother love, healing through love and restoration after loss, sacred magic rooted in compassion, fierce protection of life. Isis teaches that love is both tender and powerful. It's never passive. And Sophia is divine wisdom embodied as love, inner knowing, feminine intelligence, truth arising from experience, wisdom that lives in the body. Sophia, love is about clarifying, illuminating, and deeply grounding, especially being supportive during collective awakening. And Shakti is love, is living force, creative life, energy, sensuality, and vitality, transformation through embodiment, power married to compassion. Shakti reminds us that love is not quiet. It moves, it creates, and it awakens. And Kuan Yin embodies boundless mercy, compassion for suffering, emotional soothing, gentle presence in grief, non-judgmental love. Many experience Kuan Yin as the mother who hears every prayer, especially in moments of overwhelm or sorrow. And Pachamama as earth, as Mother Earth, as nourishment, cycles of life and death, grounded love, reciprocity with nature. Her love teaches balance, Take only what you need and give back with gratitude. And lastly, the saints and ascended teachers of mother love, well, they include the Virgin Mary. Mary is most recognized divine mother archetype in Christianity. Unconditional love, comfort in grief, gentle protection, compassion without judgment. Mary's frequency is deeply soothing and especially powerful for healing abandonment, fear, and loss. And Mary Magdalene carries embodied sacred love, feminine authority, love integrated with truth, healing shame around the body and intuition, heart-led wisdom. She represents the return of the feminine voice alongside spiritual truth. And Saint Teresa of Avila, Teresa teaches love through inner union, intimacy with the divine, love as lived experience, courage to rest in God. Her path reminds us that love deepens through presence, not striving. And St. Francis of Assisi, well, Francis radiates unconditional love for all beings, animals, nature, humanity, and Mother Earth itself. His love dissolves separation and restores reverence for life. And Saint Hildegard of Bingen, Hildegard embodied cosmic feminine intelligence, earth wisdom, sound and vibration, healing through nature, love as harmony. She bridges divine mother energy with science, medicine, and mysticism. There are many, many more, but these are just some of my favorites that I share with you today. And so how do you work with these beings practically? You don't need a ritual. You don't need complexity. The divine feminine responds to sincerity and presence, not performance. You might call on one being intuitively during meditation. Ask for support in regulating your nervous system. Invite mother love into the body before sleep. Work with different energies for different needs. And if you don't remember their names, just ask for the universe to bring you help around the divine love. A simple invocation might be, I invite the divine mother vibration of love to surround me, to help regulate and restore me. I welcome the beings that are aligned with this frequency to guide me gently and clearly for my divine highest purpose. And let the relationship be felt, not forced. These beings that I speak about are not distant authorities. They are expressions of a frequency that already lives within you. Calling on them does not give love to you. It reminds your system how to receive it. As the divine feminine continues to rise collectively, these energies become more accessible. Not because they are arriving, but because we are finally slowing down enough to feel them, to acknowledge and recognize them. We are not here to transcend humanity. We are here to love it back into balance. The feminine vibration reminds us that healing does not require urgency and wisdom does not require suffering. Love is not something we must manufacture. It is what remains when the nervous system feels safe enough to open. We are already love. The Divine Mother is not coming to save us. She is inviting us to remember that we were never abandoned. And when we ground, when we soften, when we listen, love returns, not as an idea, but as a living presence within us and around us. And from that place, the world begins to heal, one regulated, compassionate, embodied being at a time. I'm Laurie Wondra. Be blessed, sending much love and happiness and joy to you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe. For information about Laurie Wondra's current events or to schedule a private session, visit her website, yourlifecore.com. You can also subscribe to her monthly newsletter. Laurie also shares inspirational and informational messages on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening.